Sup world, today we're gonna talk about ASUS TUF Gaming FX505, a laptop for gamers. Without long entrance, let's start. On the upper side, the gadget doesn't shout out loud for its gaming class, but, so to speak, thickly nods at it. Keyboard with illumination, edgy design of working area plus aggressively colored radiators. Long story short, that's cool. A couple of quick words about body's weakness. The keyboard presses through. End story. I could also recall not the lowest thickness in the world, but hey people, that's a gaming machine. Same picky words for plastic as the main material for a body, but considering the weight, 20 kilos sounds quite okay, cause be sure your back feels when you roam with 3-4 kilos on it. Just ask yourself, do you need that extra weight? Moreover, designers did a nice job here, it's very pleasant on touch, rough in places, and has texture practically everywhere. What else interesting in design, not mentioning the so-called lower beard, is thin frames on the outline of the screen. In ASUS, this feature obtains a proud name Nano Edge. Almost all ports in the laptop are on the left side. Here for you is the power connector RJ45, HDMI 2.0 and 3 USB ports, one of which is for 2.0 and 2 remaining are for 3.1. The audio jack is of course included. The last moment which you definitely need to know, ASUS FX505 has vibro and negligent treatment protection according to the MIL STD 810G standard. You're welcome to ask Wikipedia how good is that. Moving towards the screen, our model has 15.5-inch LED backlit Full HD panel with a matte covering. Simply put, in front of us is a nice level IPS matrix with 100% of sRGB. Why so twisty? It's simple. Update frequency of the local screen is 144 Hz, definitely approved by gamers. You may not even think about the frame gaps, the picture goes smoothly. In practice, the colors by current metrics are indeed similar to screen in MacBook, for example. In this case, the saturation is even higher, display has great viewing angles and bright range, no questions here. While touching the multimedia, there's something to say about the sound via speakers. It's loud with a little bass. Generally, they will be able to give the atmosphere of game process at the very least, but I would recommend to use the good headphones. Before going into the insides of the laptop and the performance, enjoy the benchmark tests and FPS sampling. The hardware of FX505 consists of the Intel Core i7-8750H processor, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti with 4GB graphics, solid-state drive on 128GB, storage for 1TB and 16GB of DDR4 RAM. On sale for different markets you may see different versions. For example, with GTX 1060, SSD on 512GB and 62GB of RAM. The system works extremely snap. We played all our games for a test in Full HD on Ultra graphics. World of Tanks gave an average 50 FPS, Call of Duty World War II 45 to 60, Need for Speed Payback 27 to 40 and Far Cry 5 35 to 45. Unless we saw frames per second, I would probably think that it has constant 60 FPS, as games could give us some slows only for an instant and only point-wise, for example when switching moments between intro and in-game process. By the way, without screencast and FPS test, the number would be even more pleasant. Absolutely obvious. With simple software or work in Photoshop or Premiere Pro, there will be essentially no problems. Other important thing, you receive the highest performance level only in case of connection to power source. If you decide to work from the battery, for comfortable gaming you'll need to reduce graphic noticeably. It's time to accept that fact for one who doesn't know. Speaking about the throttling, as you saw on one of the screens, we couldn't run from it. After more than 3 hours of gameplay, the laptop was twisting all its cooling fans without giving in, and we saw no heavy lags. By the way, the screencast and count of frames per second were done during exactly this period of loads. The laptop obtains the battery with 48 watt. While surfing through the text editors, internet and other not too power-consuming tasks, the full charge will grant you about 3-4 hours of work. In games, as obvious, this grade is not so good, about 1 hour. From a native power adapter, our device gets 43 of charge in 30 minutes and feels complete in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Among the software, I'd like to point out the TUF Aura core, which allows to customize keypad backlight. Not so much for setting, however, the interface is simply and clear. In conclusion, this video is shot before the launch of this product, so I have only the theoretical price. It is promised at 900 of the base model and around 1500 bucks for the top end. Is it possible to call such price tag adequate? In my humble opinion, completely. ASUS TUF Gaming FX505 creates an impression of complete product. It is exactly suitable for gaming machine tasks, looks great and has a nice screen. Some stores will find for you more interesting thing than FX505 for any of these characteristics, but all of them will cost more. Our laptop definitely has enough competitors, however my hands didn't get to them yet. To be honest, that was a pleasure working with this laptop. I will definitely recommend ASUS TUF Gaming FX505 for purchase. The links on the stores where you can buy this product are in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching and see ya!